Fellow Sierra Leoneans, this na Dr. Sylvia Olainka Blyden, and today, January 1st, 2022. Happy New Year to all my listeners them. This na audio number 041. We na the 41st audio in my ongoing series of address to the people of Sierra Leone. This na a long-awaited audio because the last audio na audio 040 and it actually come out over 1 month ago at the end of November. But unfortunately, I'm in the travel around the world. Get beaucoup meetings them, especially in America. Right now, I broadcast this message from London, but I intend for day inside Sierra Leone for return back home before the end of this month of January 2022. Now, fellow Sierra Leoneans, una go recall that I may end audio 040 with a special promise that I intend for write a letter to Parliament about the issue of the redenomination of the Leone's currency of the Republic of Sierra Leone. And indeed, I write a letter there, and I can't tell una waiting put another letter, and the implications for una Sierra Leoneans them, the seriousness of waiting will happen if certain things will not be done. And I also, inside this 1 month we don't pass, I don't file waiting the law allow me for file when an objection to the constitution we proposed for be the new APC constitution. I don't file an objection to them. And the objection come in the form of many points them where I raise. And today, I can explain tell una the summary of the objections then they. And then in subsequent audio, I get for take my time and break them down for una for understand each and every one of them, the implications for them. So then 2 issues then really I get for can address inside this audio 041. However, 1 or 2 points then they way I go also want for touch on small bit. We don't happen like over the last 1 month. First of all, because of the 1 month of silence, a lot of people they reach out. They feel say I don't put out the audio, but they not get them. And they bring to my attention say a lot of people them with the inside APC, the status quo, the people them way I can call the jihadists, then Anet by Kuroma and in Kabudul them. Then say whenever they can post me message them, na groups them where na then jihadists then they control them group then they remove me number, me official line, because I know I get my official line we can share messages for me. And then anybody else will share my message, then they remove the person from the jihadist then group. So a lot of people then when they not me hear me audio, then they reach out to me, they say, hey doc, the group was I'm in there, Cherry Coco don't say me them pull your number come day. The group was I'm in there, by Mahmoud say me them pull your number come day. The group was I'm in there, Diana Konomani say make them pull your number come day. So you have all these jihadist people them, where they say make them pull me number and make them also pull anybody who share my message. And it's unfortunate that then they do this. I go tell una why make it unfortunate. As I speak to una so, una no know you read this word yet, but I explain tell una till una know. say people then day where Christmas na inside prison na they then spend that. Wetin do? Because unfortunately for them, they're not able to get a chance for read that alarm where I'm in pool. The term where the jihadists then tell people then say, if census person Canada then host, make them grab them. So I mean pull a short hot alarm where I tell people them very gentle advice. What tell them say, Lord that this country. We say if census person come to you by force, you for answer them. If you not answer them, then they charge you to court. So unfortunately, because they remove my number, some of them people are not going get chance for get a hot alarm they way put out. So when they go grab the census people them and they obstruct the census people them, then I not go believe. Then they hide them pauna. Na prison na they then spend Christmas. Then don't jail them, na prison na they then lock them up. In fact, one particular woman in case so sorry. In a suckling mother na kenema. He is suckling baby. Waiting can help him small. We make small bits in not gonna jail with him baby. Now that news will come out now other parts of the country for our way in Peking die in a prison. That news they shake this country. Now help that other woman at Kenema we then charge him for where he refuse for cooperate with the census. Now prison himself mean for spend with him suckling baby in a prison. But the magistrate look him, is sorry for him. He say this woman, he get young baby. Now he make him not spend time in a prison. But that woman, the young man where they na house with. Christmas, na inside jail, na prison, na kenema, na they spend them. All because them people they're not able to get the opportunity for listening the advice where Dr. Sylvia Olainka Blyden in put out. For advice people then say, una no listen honest by Kuroma. This mania so na dem don't pass this law 2002 under Tijan Kaba. Now if they go send una for go into harm's way when the law day for better. So what I want advice una before I go further today? Any group who say you day where them pull either me official line or them pull you or them pull any other person at the group for make sure say una no get opportunity for share the message of Dr. Sylvia Olainka Blyden. Listen to the advice with you for do. If them pull you in that group there or then threaten you, say you not for post anything but Sylvia Blyden at the group, I want make you look all the other people that were in at the group. Take them all their number them. Go form a brand new group for yourself. The one then will say they don't want you for post Sylvia Blyden in very educative and enlightening and informative and cautioning and guidance message to people in this country. Then one then they not add them. Add all the other number in this group. Create a brand new group. Then you add my official line the back. Now for that make the official line, I don't tell my office na Freetown, say make them open the line back. So that people then can able add, because we don't lock the line, we don't agree make they add the number na any new group. But we they open the line and allow people then now for add that number there, with the number na 077 772 001. The number again 077 772 001. But just make sure say the group who say they add that number there, you forget above 50 members inside. Preferably, you forget 100 members minimum inside. If you go add that number in a group where better people not dey inside, we dey delete the number command at the group, because we only want for send message na group inside boku people then dey. So if I don't take me time to explain this part to now, we're very, very important, because so many people they want for learn, so many people they want for be informed, so many people they want for be educated on the message they put out. And we get people that lecture Coco, Diana, by Mahmoud, and Sabi they no more, jihadists they no more. Then they block people, them say, make them block my message. Me people them wanna ask yourself this question. Okay, that's sounding a fireworks. You know, today then they get fireworks in London. Okay, I think I will just pause and allow the fireworks for play a small bit. Okay, Sierra Leoneans, I'm back. We may get these fireworks in London, all over the place. Then the fire, bright lights, them for celebrate the new year. So I'm going to pause the broadcast, but let me continue. And I assure you, see one of my New Year resolution, now that I will do my broadcast them more frequently. And so today, even though I could try to make this broadcast short, but I promise you, I say that there would be many more broadcasts from me inside this 2022, and especially inside this January, because I get to take me time. There has to be a voice. We get the stature I get, and get the following I get, and get the courage of conviction for talk to people them about what need for be said. So again, before I continue on the main issue then for today, I just want to hold on see for over 1 week now. And there's this video where then they share them all over the place about the CLSG and West Africa Power Pool. I want to know for dear, when I not even pay attention to the gimmick where the jihadist movements and they pan. I know why make them they spend so much time on that video day over and over, and all the groups then just they share them, then they lie out the video na an interview with Dr. Blyden do against Anes by Koroma. All that is a nonsense. I could spend time maybe inside this coming week for talk about the CLSG and the West Africa Power Pool, but I know why make them they do this. Why then they go and share this video? Now for distract to now. They know what I don't file na PPRC as an objection. They know, so a very strong points them I want for can talk to now about. And they know say the points I want for make very, very important. So that they try for distract to now. And they use that same tactics for demonize me. When I go remember when them in trial recently say, "Our mother don't buy ticket for me," blah blah blah. This is what they do. This is what the jihadists then they do. Then one then they lie. From the Anes by Koroma can write down. Then lie, then kainodi. So I don't want to not forget distracted. Okay? West Africa Power Pool, CLSG, na distraction in the pan. Please, Lord, focus on the issues. And tonight now, make a come to the two topical issues them. We very, very important. The one I go almost say critical, the one we get for do it with currency, the Leone's currency. And a day I can start now for tonight's broadcast. When I go remember, I don't take all my time in audio 040. If anybody know me don't listen audio 0408, please go locate them. And I don't tell people and say that audio day now one of the most serious audios what I don't ever do concerning the Republic of Sierra Leone. because it get the potential for the warning them while raising the audio. If they not listen to the warnings, then it gets the potential for actually destroy Sierra Leone's economy with trading and even create chaos now with legal, transactional, and statutory documentary sectors. So a very critical issue where people in the joke with. And it's unfortunate that we get a country right now where we opposition not the work. I am sorry, now the facts. We don't have a functional opposition. Because we say today for talk, this issue where I raise up so now audio 040 about the Leone's currency, not to my job. That's the job of the opposition. But what don't happen now? The current regime, the status quo, the Julius Maada Bio SLPP-led government, them feel say, then it's sweet for them. Now so then they look at them. Where they don't suppress and oppress the opposition so that there is no functional opposition at the country. Then they take and then they enjoy, then they glad. If they listen to the president then this year, he's saying he will make them omojuba. If they glad, in fit to say a good thing. You know say na in safe in the Hamburg. Because when you get country, opposition all day. You go just they go and do things then where you feel say correct. And because they allow another perspective for come in and oppose you, you go they go and buck your foot, they know. Now it don't happen so with this Leone's currency, this redenomination where then they try for do. Because President Julius Maada Bio they allow opposition at this country. In the take and say na team for bluff that it don't bobo them. I don't bobo them. In the take and say for make you get the opposition, you don't bobo them. Or for make you get the opposition, hold it and they go beg you for the corruption case or the money laundering case. You they take them or the latest one at the Freetown Mayor, Ivona Kisoya, looking on corruption case, Lidoyanda. So it's like then they use her now for hold them over, blackmail all of them. So you they feel to say a good thing. You don't suppress, you they control the opposition. It is not good for you. And it's not good for this country. Now for that make you they get only like a kind like a me, we're brave, courageous, and able to raise the issues they are. Not on my job. For raise these issues, yes, as a Sierra Leonean, yes, as a citizen, yes, as a patriot, I do them. But honestly, this issue of this Leone's currency, this crisis where they come, if they not do something, it is the job of the opposition, the main opposition. And if I don't flag issue, I don't flag. And where I can't take me time now and tell you now what I write now this letter to Parliament. And this letter to Parliament, I write December 7th this year. And I not only write to Parliament too, because I see how dangerous this thing be. I write to the head of Parliament, where now the second arm of government, the legislative. Then I copy State House, His Excellency the President. Let me know how serious this issue be. I copy His Excellency the President at State House as the head of the executive arm. Then I also copy the Minister of Finance. I copy the bank governor. And then I address the letter to all members of Parliament through the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Dr. Abbas Bundu. And what I say inside this letter about the Leone's currency, now they can't take me time and they can explain to you this night. Now, the first thing where I say inside this letter, now what I mean say inside audio 040, me not get nothing against redenomination. Me not an economist. So the one they were an economist inside the government, if they don't see them say the Leones, then for knock off 3 zeros, me not study economics. So me no can oppose them. I make that very clear in the letter. Now, Without the attention I draw inside this letter, as I say, and I take me time for call out the names them for the Bambai. Make una all know say Dr. Sylvia Olayinka Blyden, where he raise this alarm, and only tell Dr. Abbas Bundu, and only tell President Julius Madabio, and only tell the finance minister, and only tell the bank governor. I also tell the leader of the APC in parliament, Honorable Cheryl Oba. I also copy the leader of the NGC in parliament, Honorable Dr. Kande Yumkela. I also tell the leader of the C4C parliament, Honorable Emerson Lamina. I also tell the leader of the governing Sierra Leone People's Party, Honorable Matthew Numa. I tell every single paramount chief within a parliament, and I tell all the 3 independent members of parliament. I tell them for this danger here. And of course, I don't tell you the danger inside audio 040. Waiting a highlight again, now the letter, now waiting I don't talk inside audio 040. I take me time inside the letter. I tell them, say, the Leone's currency, if they say then they change them, for drop them 3 zeros then for give a new qualifier. The name forget a qualifier. And I take me time show them the history from 1813, from the year 1813, where country then begin change their money, up to this 2018, where Mauritania themselves change their money, they redenominate their money. How then they change how then they qualify? In other words, they add a qualifier in front of the money in name. I take me time, I don't explain, tell them, and I don't show them all the danger. I say the bank governor and the finance minister, me I not feel say, na by willful, they want for can create this problem. I feel say na mistake they make. And in the process where they make the mistake, me don't can now for tell the whole country, say the finance minister and the bank governor don't make mistake. And I not only criticize the mistake, inside the letter, I suggest, because you not find just how you criticize, you explain illusion. So inside the letter, I produce a solution where for solve this mess, we go come on if we allow this situation for continue with this particular executive arm of President Julius Madabio want for do. So I don't tell them waiting for do. I don't show them the law waiting for amend. I don't show them waiting na me on suggestion, waiting at the way forward. And what make the bring can to una now as Sierra Leoneans, now for make una self begin ask una members of parliament. Una begin ask una government, especially una way inside SLPP. Una begin ask this government say, if that letter with Dr. Sylvia Blyden write, if they don't ready for take action. The Speaker of Parliament, na a man way I get tremendous respect for. And I want for believe, because I put inside the letter say, make the parliament call the finance minister and the bank governor back for go talk to them about the way forward. And I want for believe say the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Dr. Abbas Cherno Bundu, na a honorable man where he go don't see the danger where I highlight. I also want for believe say we get noble members of parliament like Honorable Kande Yumkela. Them boku na parliament were very noble. Even inside my own APC party, we get them boku very noble members of parliament. Where I want for believe say then go step in. Then go read the advice where I don't give them. And then go make sure say then save this country from the mess where go happen if they allow the redenomination process for go as how they go learn at parliament. Yes, I know say we get some people then will believe say if this government they go and make mistake, they will allow them for make the mistake. But I am sorry, I'm not going to be a party to that. If this government they make a mistake, not of this government no more get for film. If this government make a mistake with the Leone's currency, Julius Maada Bio not get for film. Dennis Vandy, the Minister of Finance, he not get for film. Kefala Kalon, the bank governor, he not get for film. That the ordinary men and women that they get for film. So now on that note, they make a stand up. In the absence of an opposition in this country, in the absence of a formidable opposition leader in this country, get for stand up for protect this country with economy, because if they go ahead with the redenomination of the Leones as they want for Duam, a disaster na get for happen. So I don't write this letter and I call on Sierra Leoneans. Make una join me for continue for ask them people there about how they intend for solve the mess what they don't do. Now, I come to the second topic. And this topic really now more for APC people them, but it also very educative for other people that were not to APC for also learn. This concern the proposed constitution with the jihadist annexed by Kuruma, Mingo, Geda in friends and family. Go get that in a Makeni, then say they pass constitution for the All People's Congress. So, of course, Middle reject that constitution. They say not follow according to the laws of the land. And they also not follow according to even the current existing APC constitution. So what I don't do, I don't follow the law. And I go take my time, first of all, for explain tell you now, waiting na the law. And then, because of how much time don't go in audio 041, I'm not going to go into depths for tell you now, waiting then at the objection. But the objection paper, don't share it all over social media. Everybody for don't read them. That 22 pages and 88 paragraphs. Iboku. But today I go touch on a small bit after I don't tell you now, waiting at the law. Now, Sierra Leone, the constitution, not they allow any other political party for exist if not a party when a democracy is a practice and a believe in. Other countries like Senegal, for example, then they allow socialism. Other countries, then they allow communism. Then they allow any kind of party for exist. So you want to be communist party, then they allow them. You want to be socialist party, then they allow them. Then they stop you. But in the Republic of Sierra Leone, under the 1991 Constitution, the only political party that can exist is a party when a democratic party. A party where they only allow internal democracy and where they follow democratic principles as enshrined in noble United Nations documents of waiting na the principles of democracy. So any political party where in constitution appear for be like a communist or socialist or like then dictatorial militarized type of constitution, it can never exist inside Sierra Leone under the law. Never. Constitution where basic principles of democracy like freedom of speech, usa you the able challenge your leader. Where your leader talk, you tell and say, no, this way you talk, I don't believe in it. That is democracy. Any attempt for say where you challenge your leader, it is not allowed, or then go expel you, or then go diss you, or then go discipline you. No, we constitutional allow that too. So now, for ensure, say no political party no ever make that mistake, nor for allow internal democracy and internal democratic principles. Wetin the law say, na Sierra Leone. It say anytime where a political party, either a brand new party or an existing party we want for change in constitution, then for take this constitution and then for send them out to the public, the general public. It not even get for be members of that party there. No. Anybody in the public get right for object to that constitution there. If you feel say something there inside that constitution there, we're not democratic. We're not the follow democracy. Any member of the public get the right for object. Now for that make, when you don't make your constitution done, the PPRC they take them, they publish them to the general public for 30 days. And if they ask people inside that 30 days, they say anybody elect you na omolanke pusha down na government waf. Elect you na salad mami where they say salad na Gloucester village. Elect you na poor fisherman na Tombo where you know land book. But you feel to say something there inside that constitution where they don't tell you say it's not democratic. You get the right for approach PPRC and object, say this constitution not for exist inside Sierra Leone. Yes, my people. Make I talk again. Any political party we want for change in constitution, or when a brand new political party when they set up, that constitution they, before then they allow you for use them, then for send them to the general public inside the country, if for watch them, anything where they inside they will not elect we not a member of the APC, or we not a member of that party there, we get the right for approach PPRC and object to that thing we will not like. Now, after we don't object, the PPRC now they send to the party and say, look, oh, the nonca object. You get any defense for this objection? Then that party they now it can come with a defense, or it can agree. He say yes. We say don't can look this thing now, not true. We will pass mark. This party will put what they will say it is binding on every member. This not democratic. We don't get sense now. We don't see say not correct. So pull that party they come out. Then the PPRC now go take a decision for say yes, the party don't agree with the objection. However, the party self can come and talk say, no, we not agree with our objection. This objection when they say they not want inside our constitution. We will not agree. We will want inside the constitution. Well, now the PPRC now gets the final power for take a decision for say yes or no. So now I go look the objection now, he look the defense of the party, and then he take a decision. And if the party not able for conform to the decision of the PPRC for ensure say the party in internal principles, operations, organizations are democratic, then the PPRC get the right for ban that party day through the Supreme Court. So my people them now the procedure this. When you want change your constitution, PPRC publish for 30 days. Inside that 30 days, anybody object, you for come, you for defend yourself, or you for agree to the objection. If you not agree to the objection, PPRC go look your defense, and then PPRC go take a final decision. Some people then that basically don't happen with the APC constitution. Now, I don't do anything with man called a robust, a robust objection. I object, then spelling mistakes all. Then people are not even know how to spell the name All People's Congress. Can you imagine? Anes Baikroma, Yansane. They no know how to spell who party name. Password object. Say they not spell the party name correct. They were a hijacker then. They don't understand this party. They don't even know how to spell the party in name. Password object. I object spelling mistakes. But most importantly, I object on several constitutional points. And inside audio 042, I get for take me time and explain, tell una each and every one of them points then day. But for today, I just can't tell una the basic 6 areas where I object under. The first area where I object, now the way how them pull and disappear important organs them na the party, and then can then create brand new organs them na the party we are object to. The second area where I object to, of course I don't tell you now, spelling mistake. They don't have to spell the party name safe. Then why? They don't even know how to spell the party name. So I object to that. I object to the spelling mistake, grammatical syntax, and then even for how to describe with people that were not disabled. You know that sensitivity, persons with disability. We're all around the world now. How they describe somebody like that? I object to the way how they describe with comrades them when are persons with disability. Then of course I object to the attempt for give themselves legitimacy where they not deserve. Because as I tell the PPRC, then people are not legitimate. So they're not legitimate, then they want can cloak them. So they want can wear clothes of legitimacy upon themselves. So I object. The fourth area I object, now waiting I call militarization and regimentalism. That they want to turn the APC party now to soldier barracks. Where the commander talk, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. So I object to that, because when you look the one of constitution, then just litter the whole place with so militarized regimental orders. When we say this, it is binding on all members. When we say this, it is binding on all. I say, what? In a democratic country? No. So I object to them. They want to turn it to, like them regimental, them barracks, where commander talk. All them phones over for answer. Yes sir, yes sir. So I object to that. All that parts now the constitution. Or them proposed constitution, where they go inside. Imagine them wire. Then why? They're not satisfied, they don't hijack the party. Now they want to turn the party from a free democratic party into a militarized regimental barracks. So I object that. The fifth point where I object on that, we get Constitution 1991, where the late former president of blessed memory, His Excellency Major General Dr. Joseph Saidu Momo, me pass on the 5th of October 1991. Pausmai and Sane get them, and it's by Kroma then get them. But then they hide them. Why then they hide them? Because they prefer for use that constitution when are under MPRC junta. We get that junta mentality days. 9-1 for use. That constitution, which was a democratic constitution in 1991, they don't hide them. And I don't know why they hide them. So I object. Say if we create a brand new constitution, we're not going to use an ideological foundation when are under a military junta. Then they write them. We for use an ideological foundation which was under a free democratic state of the late former President Joseph Saidu Momo. So I don't object. Objection number 5, sets of objection. That's the 5th one. Then the last set, the glaring contraventions of the Sierra Leone Constitution. So now the 6 points then this, where I object under, written as 88 paragraphs, 22 pages. Now very serious objections, and it borders on the democratic credentials of the All People's Congress, the survival of the All People's Congress as a democratic entity, and by extension, the survival of Sierra Leone as a democratic nation. Because if I remember when I start for talk earlier about the Leone's currency, I tell you, I say, not to me work. Not to me work. I just do them as a leader because me a leader. I get leadership skills in me. So I do them, I rise up to the occasion and lead usai I see a vacuum. But by right, this is something that the main opposition party structures, now Brookfield's old railway line, means supposed for them pick up, flag them, and oppose when it happened. But because we not get an effective democratic All People's Congress, now for that make when the president and in government, now they make them terrible mistakes there, nobody not the day around for correct them. And the president in the field to say a good thing. They enjoy. Say with the bobo them. And uncle mojuba to me. And I don't say they spoil himself. They spoil with democracy. And they spoil with country. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, without a strong democratic main opposition party, we country they sink. And for that make, I don't stand very firm for ensure say the APC get a democratic constitution. Not to that what I was military barracks thing paper with them create. Because I think you know the old water. So they don't attempt for do a reply where I go address in a subsequent audio. But what thing come out very clearly is that they not get a defense at all. They not get a defense for a whole host of my objections, including the critical one them we get for do with democracy inside the APC. And it's by Kroma, Usman Fode Yansane, they not get any defense to my objections them. So that is the reason why then they distract to the attention. That is the reason why then they go take some kind 2 minutes video where na me and one me APC colleague, then they call them perspective scope, Rafik Koroma. And me they discuss inside a closed group. Then take her now, it don't pass 1 week for distract to no more Sylvia, West Africa Power Pool, Sylvia, CLSG. Una ignore them. Don't focus on waiting at the key important and critical issues for now. 1. The Leone's currency. We have to ensure we ask we members of parliament and we ask we government to do the correct thing for the Leone's currency. This is critical. And then secondly, the democratization of the All People's Congress has to happen. Otherwise, this country with democratic credentials go tremendously reverse. I don't need for Teluna the importance of democracy inside a political party. We all don't see them inside them 2-3 days here. When we hear some man the kind noise where some man get. The kind noise where some man get. So now then they can win certain positions na the SLPP. Oh, now then get this, now then get this, now then get this. But when it comes down to the brass tacks, when I realize say in democracy, empty vessels might make the most noise, but the people then get their sense na then hate. Me, quite frankly, I have to say I admire the SLPP with them smart enough for retain Prince Harding. Because believe you me, if that mean mistake, when I get luck, that's when I'm going this broadcast. for tell una say we una able for analyze and know say empty vessels may they make noise and una choose Prince Harding. But even at that one I choose them. Honestly, me people that I SLPP, the mistakes them una boss man and don't make. It boku in governance. Don't una party on side una don't try. But in governance, the mistakes them boku it too much. So me I not say una for pull aid. Yes, Prince Harding una don't do well. Prince Harding, Napoleon, una line up not bad. Una don't try. The line up really, congratulations to una all. The line up not bad at all. But the kind of mistakes una government don't do. Una not go for pull aid 2023, yeah? Una just forget. So if I don't reach here, once again I promise una say inside 2022. I'll be more frequent with my audios, and I will spend some time in the coming days in the future audios them for take me time, and this could be more for the APC people them for take me time for breakdown what really I object to for ensure say the APC gets a purely and truly democratic constitution. On that note there, I want for once again wish you all a happy 2022. And no say don't tell una they wait for listen to audio 041, and audio 041 is now out. So I will end this broadcast as I can always do by playing the tune of the national anthem, because I can want where the national anthem they play make una they reflect on the words who can they sing. Who can they sing about the land that we love, our Sierra Leone. Let God bless we all. Amen.